My name is Kayla Laddin, and I completed my bridge internship with the Ipswich YMCA. I selected the YMCA to do my bridge internship because they are one of the largest nonprofit organizations in Ipswich. They also do countless fundraisers and volunteer regularly in the community. I'm studying nonprofit management and social justice in college, so I was looking for a place that I could get some experience in my desired field of study before I go to school. Originally, I was supposed to shadow different people who work for the YMCA and try to learn how a nonprofit business is run. I was going to learn things about media and marketing to how to properly fundraise and make effective change. I also would be creating my own project for the youth in the community to get them engaged with the YMCA and use them more as a resource, while also volunteering and having fun. Because I had to complete my bridge remotely this year due to the current situation, I focused entirely on creating my own project. I decided that my project was going to be creating a community service fair at Ipswich High School for students. This event is geared towards students looking to be more engaged in the community and for those who need to fill their community service requirements for graduation. The vision of the fair includes various Ipswich nonprofit organizations set up around the room with tables and information while students spread around the room and interact. My hope is that the students will be able to get inspired and possibly sign up to volunteer for an event or an organization in the future. Additionally, there will be a community service fair held at night at the Ipswich YMCA sometime the following week. This event is geared towards anyone in the community who is looking to volunteer and for any students who are unable to attend the IHS fair. So I would meet with Maddie, another student who worked on this project with me, Chris Bevilacqua, who is the executive director of the YMCA, and Jeremy Nestor, who is in charge of marketing at the YMCA. We met once a week via Google chat room and would discuss what we worked on each week, our plans for next week, and any other tweaks we needed to make in our work. Other than that, Maddie and I were completely in charge of all of the work we did. We came up with all of our ideas entirely on our own. We did all of our own research, created our own lists, spreadsheets, and emails. So what we did, first we created a rough outline and plan for the event. Once that was approved, we researched, talked to different members of the community, and compiled a list of nonprofit organizations and businesses locally that could be looking for volunteers. We then found a date and started to plan. We drafted an email and sent it out to all of them. Then, as we waited for a response, we created a follow-up questionnaire form for the organizations, lists of tips and tricks to keep the students interested and engaged, lists of questions for students to ask during the fair, and a timeline for all events leading up to the fair. We also created posters and communicated with the school to make sure that all of this would work. This bridge project really connects to the IHS successful habits of mind, specifically creativity and self-management. For creativity, I had to plan the whole community service fair from scratch, and we had been creative in coming up with our own ideas the whole time. For example, I had to be creative when coming up with lists of ways the organization could help the students engage, such as interesting visuals, handouts, candy, music, and maybe coming up with a game. Additionally, I had to be creative to make the bridge program work this year remotely. I had to be creative in how my supervisors got involved, had to create a new timeline for the fair based on the virus, and had to completely be creative in everything that I did. Next is self-management. I met with my supervisors once a week, and every day I had to work on my project. I created a daily log where I kept myself accountable and made sure I worked on this project all the time, even without anyone watching. Additionally, creating an event with a school requires immense planning, and you can't do anything last minute, so Maddie and I knew we had to work accordingly. Maddie and I also had to manage splitting up our work to make sure each of us was doing roughly the same amount. Additionally, I was taking 2 AP classes during this time, so I had to manage those with the project. Overall, I learned so much from this experience, and I'm grateful I had this opportunity to learn more about nonprofits and just to help my community during a scary time. I can't wait for the fair in the fall. Save the date, October 6th at IHS and October 13th at the Ipswich YMCA. Thank you.